I had an opportunity when I was between my undergraduate and graduate programs to be part of the core faculty for a summer arts program for kids at St. Paul Academy and Summit School. And the idea was that the students who came to this 5-week art experience would use real artist materials. They wouldn't use dumbed down materials, and they would make real art projects, and they would be taught by real artists. My first project in class, I had spent hours and hours and hours dreaming up what I was going to do. And the students walked in, their hands were kind of like this. And I had clay mounted on the table because I didn't want to waste time getting into a bag of clay. And I cannot remember what the first assignment was that I had dreamed up, but little Annie Messer came to me after 5 minutes, and she had this mashed up thing that looked like a dead ashtray, and she said, "Hi, I'm done. Is it good?" And I'm like, okay, we need to really rethink this. So I instantly became appreciative of how much work it is to structure learning.
I've always wanted to be an architect, so that's why I chose this major. It's never occurred to me to choose anything else.
Well, I grew up in a family of designers. So my dad was an architect and my mom was an interior designer. So I don't know, I just kind of grew up around it. Didn't really see myself doing anything else.
I'm a community and regional planning major, and I chose it because when I was in high school, it was something that I became interested in after a project that I did for a class that I had.
I started designing shirts for sports and our choirs and stuff in high school, and I had a lot of fun with that, and so it was kind of picking up on making graphics for the t-shirts and graphic design.
I picked architecture because I've always liked detailed drawing, and I took an architecture course in high school, and I fell in love with doing all those architectural documents and everything, and I pursued it into college.
I chose this major because I was interested in plants and how they affect the environment and people around them.
Well, the thing that kind of interests me is cities, and I came in for planning because I thought I wanted to plan cities, but I might do the same thing, but I'm going to have a landscape architecture degree.
Do you think that you knew what a landscape architect did when you went to school?
No. No way. And then, interesting enough, landscape architecture, I went to an art and design school. So I still see it operating in a realm that is a bit more flexible. And there are scientific aspects and principles to landscape architecture, and there are artful and design aspects to landscape architecture. And I think that they overlap and they can integrate, which is really interesting to see where those intersections are. But I didn't know what a landscape architect did.
Like my sophomore year of college, I kind of was just looking around at different opportunities and things, and community and regional planning seemed like it would be a good fit for me because it's very interdisciplinary, and so yeah.
I picked architecture, honestly, the night before we applied, because sitting at my computer oh my god, what am I doing? And I'm in it because I clicked it. Honestly, I had no desire. A lot of people say, "Oh, I wanted to be an architect my whole life." Not me. I just kind of fell into it. So.
I used to be an architecture major when I first started, and when I started school, and I really want to be an architect, and I want to learn all about architecture and all about how to build a building and what goes into a building and how things work and everything. And I got in and I hated it. And I'll get into why I hated it, but I decided to switch because I was just not happy and I hated my major, and I switched to integrated studio arts. And I switched to that specifically because I think I am a better fine artist than I am a technician. I'm not very good with the whole technical side of things. I'm much, much better with just designing and creating and coming up with ideas and just generation of ideas rather than technical skill. So I thought fine arts would be good for me.
Well, I think that college as a means to a job is a fairly recent idea. I think the idea of college is that you become an educated person so that no matter what you do for your work, you bring that education and that view to bear on whatever you do, and that I guess I hold a core belief that education does change the quality of your life and the nature of the decisions you make about life. And so that's a little bit strange because in this college we have several professional programs that are linked to, you know, accreditation, professional licensure, a job, and things like that. But at the core, particularly at the undergraduate level, for me it's about being an educated person and being able to develop a set of a base of knowledge, a set of decision-making and problem-solving skills, and a set of abilities to negotiate the world that we live in that will serve you well no matter what kind of work you do.
I knew a couple of the faculty members here, so I started talking to them, and from the discussions, I kind of figured that I might be able to direct the program that I want to be in into, you know, to get what I want out of it, instead of the other way around, because a lot of people come in with, they want to be something, so the entire program, you know, that will help them be that. For me, I wanted to be something, so I didn't necessarily take the program that I wanted to get there, but I thought that I could direct this program into where I want to go.
You embark on a journey that allows you to look into yourself, look at the way you work, and look at the way you work that can impact and change, I don't want to say the world because that seems ideal, but that you can propose change in any facet of design.
What do you hope to accomplish by going to college?
Well, everybody wants to get a job, socialize, and just be successful, and not be the person who graduated high school and never did anything.
Learning a lot about what I want to do and having a lot of knowledge on it so I can be good at it and perform well when I become one to interior designer.
Well, eventually I do want to become a professor, so I definitely like going through the program and stuff, and there's a lot of great professors that teach here, so it's like to see like all of their different methods and how successful like you can be with various ones. Well, it's definitely like helping, and I don't know. It's a hard question to answer.
Never learned any of this stuff, just from, I don't know. Well, I mean, I obviously couldn't get a job, so that's a perk.
I think it has really expanded like what I know about the world, and I mean, and also it's given me a lot of new skills.
A lot of people go to college to find jobs. I think the big question really needs to be, there are a lot of people working without going to college, so we don't really need college to find a job. But what is the additional component that people who have gone to college have? It is this whole array of abilities that enable us to not only work, but to navigate life with a little bit more adeptness. Is that a word? No. Because of the college education. So no, it's not just, I absolutely do not think, if it was just for finding a job, I would not have wasted all those years and money to come to college, because I would have found a job without being to, college. But there is something else that, a capacity that you build in yourself by attending college.
You go through a lot of things that maybe at some point you think, okay, this is who I am, but because you've experienced those things and because you've been pushed out of a place, back home where everyone knows you or everyone thinks they know you. You've been challenged about who you are and therefore learn about yourself. So I'd say college is so much more than getting a job. It's about figuring out who you are in order to find a job that works for you.